The biggest flex is when you walk into a room and people stop you and say, "Oh my God, you smell amazing. What are you wearing?" Whenever I get those type of compliments, that's just a clear reminder that I am a hygiene girly through and through. But it wasn't always like that for me, especially in the beginning when I was figuring out my feminine hygiene routine and just trying out different products through trial and error. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys 10 feminine hygiene tips that I wish I knew sooner. We're talking fragrance, body care, skin care, hair care, and more. So grab a snack, grab a drink, and take notes because y'all already know your big sis got you. And before we jump into the video, I want to give a huge shout out to Walmart. Thank you for sponsoring today's video. If you guys have been watching my channel, y'all already know Walmart has been my go-to for all of my beauty must-haves, from affordable hygiene essentials to premium beauty faves. They carry all of my favorite beauty brands, and it's just so convenient to be able to grab everything that I need in one place. Plus, out of all of the beauty retailers, I feel like Walmart has everything marked at great affordable prices. So I would highly recommend shopping at Walmart. They have so many great affordable finds. All of the items that I'm going to be mentioning in this video could be found at Walmart and on the app. And also make sure to check the video description down below. I'm going to have everything linked down below. All right, y'all. So the first topic I want to touch on are fragrances. And when it comes to perfumes, I feel like a lot of people don't know the difference between a parfum and eau de parfum. And this includes me as well, because for the longest, the only thing I knew was eau de parfum and eau de toilette, but it's only a few years ago that I knew the difference between a parfum and eau de parfum. So parfums usually has the strongest, longest lasting concentration. They usually consist of about 20 to 40% of fragrance oil in them. And another word for parfum is extrait. So if you see a fragrance that say extrait, that's usually another word for parfum. One example is the Dolce & Gabbana Q Parfum. When I tell y'all, this fragrance is super long lasting, okay? Whenever I spray this will stay lingering on my clothes for days. Even after I do laundry, I could still smell it on my clothes. Y'all, the lasting power on this fragrance is crazy. I also love the notes in this. This perfume contains notes of cherry, heart of heliotrope. It also has musky, woody amber. And fall is coming up shortly, so this will make the perfect fall date night scent. You could also really smell the cherry note in this fragrance, but I have to tell you, this is not a sweet cherry fragrance. This is more of like a mature cherry. So if that sounds like your cup of tea, I would highly recommend this fragrance. It's warm, it's bold, it's sexy, and it's definitely giving date night vibes. And of course, we all know about eau de parfum. Now, those are still strong, but they're slightly lighter, containing about 10 to 20% of fragrance oil. And one of my favorite eau de parfums at this moment is the Mugler Angel Elixir eau de parfum. Y'all, Mugler Angel fragrances are just so bomb, chef's kiss. I literally love all of the Mugler Angel collection as a whole. If you want a good head turner fragrance, try the Angel Elixir. This eau de parfum contains notes of pink pepper, jasmine, vanilla, and sandalwood. And y'all, whenever I wear this fragrance, I get non-stop compliments. Like, this smells so good. I absolutely love the formulation in this with the white florals. It's sweet, it's warm, it's sexy, and y'all, this is just chef's kiss. And speaking of perfumes, y'all, another tip is to use your perfume, okay? You are not gonna get compliments on just 3 spritz, okay? When I apply my fragrances, I spray it all over, okay? I drench my body in my perfume. So actually use your perfume. First and foremost, I always make sure to apply my fragrances to my heat points, which is the neck, the chest area, the wrist, inside the elbows. I also like to apply it in the back of my knees, especially if I'm wearing something short where my legs are showing. I literally spray it everywhere. And also, when you apply your fragrances to your wrist, don't do none of this, okay? Don't dab, don't rub your fragrances. I don't know who came up with that whole concept, but y'all, please stop with this motion, okay? It really alters the chemistry and it changes the scent slightly. I noticed that whenever I do that motion. So you just want to let your perfume just dry down naturally. And another tip when applying your perfumes, if you want your fragrance to last a little bit longer, try applying Vaseline first before applying your perfumes. Using good old Vaseline actually helps to make your fragrances last longer because it gives the perfume something to adhere to on the skin. So I just like to take a small amount and apply it to some of my heat points like my wrists, inside the elbows, and whenever I spray my perfume and fragrance on top of the Vaseline, it really goes a long way to make my fragrance last longer. Just a quick little gem for you there. So when it comes to body care products, I would highly recommend always applying your body care products on damp skin. Trust me, it really makes the biggest difference. But whenever I would apply my body care products on dry skin, it made it so much harder for my skin to actually absorb the product. And I would just end up using a whole lot of product just to get my skin to feel hydrated. But now when I step out the shower, I don't towel dry my skin. I just let it naturally air dry for about a minute or two, just so that it could go from soaking wet to a damp skin. And when I apply my products onto the damp skin, it just makes it so much easier for my skin to actually absorb the product. I also feel that my skin feels more hydrated and it's able to lock in the moisture better whenever I apply my products onto damp skin. And I also end up saving a whole lot of product, especially on my more expensive luxury body care items. If y'all been following my channel for a while now, y'all already know I have been in love with Sol de Janeiro Cheirosa 62. This scent has had me in a chokehold for years, I kid you not. If you guys are looking for a new scent combo, y'all, try layering Cheirosa 62 with Mugler Angel Elixir. Y'all, this combo is chef's kiss, okay? You are going to get compliments nonstop, okay? So usually what I do, I pretty much use like the entire scent collection. So in the shower, I start off with the Brazilian Foreplay body wash. Then after that, of course, when I step out the shower, I follow up with my Boom Boom cream. And then to lock it in, I follow up with the Formenza body oil. And then before I apply my perfume, I first like to go in with the Cheirosa 62 body mist. And then to set it off, I apply this on top. And y'all, this combo is elite, okay? It is top tier chef's kiss, and it is like the perfect fall combo. So I would highly suggest try it out if you're looking for a new elite combo, especially for the fall. Try this out. All right, y'all, so moving on to skincare, one tip that I wish I knew sooner and did sooner was invest in skincare tools. I have always struggled with oily, acne-prone skin, and when I decided to take my skincare routine serious, I started to invest in good skincare tools, and trust me, it made such a big difference in my skincare. The first skincare tool that I got was the Foreo Luna Facial Cleansing Brush. Y'all, this cleansing brush was the best investment. I use this brush every single day, twice a day. I love how this thoroughly cleanses my skin, yet it's really gentle on the skin. I love the silicone bristles. It's really soft and it's also hygienic, most important, so it doesn't store any bacteria. And y'all, using your hands to wash your face is not enough, okay? I would highly, highly recommend that you invest in a good facial cleansing device, and the Foreo Luna is so good. You cannot go wrong with this. Another skincare tool that I love is my NuFace. This is their microcurrent toning device. And this just works so well to tighten, tone, and improve the overall appearance of my face. So this works really well to tone and tighten any fine lines, wrinkles that you have. It also works really well to lift and depuff under the eyes. And I use this device about 2 to 3 times a week. And y'all, ever since I started using this and incorporated this into my skincare routine, I have seen a visible difference in my skin. Every time I use this, my skin just looks more refreshed. It looks just lifted and more toned. And most importantly, when you're using this device, you just have to stay consistent. This goes for any skincare tool, any skincare product. If you want to see visible results, you have to be consistent. Consistency is key, and over time your results will improve with regular use. Listen, your girl has entered her 30s. I'm not in my 20s anymore, and yes, I do think I look good if I say so myself. But if I want to stay looking this good, it is all about investing more in self-care, body care, and skincare. And that's exactly what I intend on doing. Along with my skincare tools, I also started prioritizing my under eye routine. For the longest, I used to neglect my under eyes. To be honest, I would just apply my regular skincare products and just drag it along the under eye. I rarely used under eye creams and specific products to target my under eye, and as I'm stepping into my 30s, I've come to the realization that I need to start prioritizing my under eye routine if I want to prevent saggy under eyes, dark circles. Like, I'm not trying to get none of that. I don't have it now, so I decided to really take my under eye routine more serious in order to prevent that later on in the future. I don't have any of those struggles now, and your girl is trying to keep it that way. So I've added 3 simple products into my under eye routine. I wanted to keep it really simple. First item that I started to incorporate were eye patches. The COSRX Snail Hydrogel eye patches are so good. I love how these feel when I apply it under my eyes. These eye patches create a soothing, depuffing effect, and they also feel really hydrating under my eyes. And I usually like to let these sit for about 15 to 20 minutes or so to just really let my under eye absorb all of that goodness from these eye patches. I want my under eyes to drink up every bit of hydration from these eye patches. And then after that, I like to follow up with the COSRX Retinol 0.1 cream. Y'all, if you are not using a retinol in your skincare routine, I highly suggest that you incorporate using that in your skincare routine. Using a retinol is the gold standard for anti-aging. It has so many great benefits to help prevent fine lines, wrinkles, and sagging. And what I love about this particular cream is that it is formulated to use on both your face and under the eye. So I just apply a small, tiniest amount on my face and on the under eye, and I like to use my ring finger to gently pat it in under the eye. And over time, it really helps to firm the skin and give it a smooth appearance. And I only apply this cream at nighttime, y'all. And then I like to finish off with their Snail 92 all-in-one cream. This cream, y'all, is so hydrating and moisturizing. I apply a generous amount of this all over my face, all over the under eye area. And overall, this is a great all-in-one cream. It works really well to lock in hydration. It helps to support and repair the skin. And whenever I apply this at nighttime, in the mornings, I wake up to refreshed, plump, hydrated skin. And I'm telling y'all, your skin will thank you when you just take these extra steps to give your skin that extra TLC. And it's not just about your face, y'all. Like I said, you want to give the under eyes some extra TLC and love as well. And y'all, over time, ever since I started to incorporate these extra little steps into my routine, I've noticed not only my under eye look brighter and more lifted and brighter, but my overall face just visibly look more brightened and toned and lifted, and I am all here for it. Growing up, my mom always told me the quickest way to tell a woman's age is by her neck and her hands, and that has always stuck with me growing up. And don't get me wrong, aging is beautiful, but we want to make sure that we are aging gracefully. So it is super important to tend to the more delicate areas of your body and to stop neglecting your neck, your hands, and your décolleté. So whenever I apply my skincare products, I always make sure to drag the product down to my neck area. I apply it onto my décolleté and chest and my hands. And I mean all of my skincare products. I like to apply my toners in these areas, my hands, I apply my serums, my moisturizer. Now I make sure to drag all of my skincare products to those areas. And it is super important because these areas are more prone to fine lines and wrinkles, and it gets just as much sun exposure in these delicate areas. So it is super important to give those areas a little bit more TLC and to tend more to those areas. And also when I'm out, I make sure to always carry a hand cream in my bag. So whenever I wash my hands when I'm out and about, or whenever my hands are feeling dry, I could just take out my hand cream and apply it onto my hands. Give those areas that extra TLC that it deserves. All right, y'all, so the last topic I want to touch on is hair care. And just to give y'all a quick little backstory, I applied a texturizer in my hair about 5 years ago. And since then, y'all, I have struggled bad with dandruff and itchy scalp. And because of that, I am transitioning back to natural. I haven't applied a texturizer in my hair for over a year. Lord, I cannot wait to go back fully natural again, but that's another story in itself. But anyway, y'all, it feels like I tried every anti-dandruff product out there and nothing worked except for one product. The only product that literally worked for me is this shampoo right here. This is by the brand Nizoral, and this is their anti-dandruff shampoo. Y'all, if you also struggle with dandruff and itchy scalp, I would highly recommend that you give the shampoo a try. This was the only one that worked for me. It contains 1% ketoconazole, which is an antifungal ingredient. And y'all, this did the trick to eliminate my dandruff, to alleviate my itchy scalp. I was honestly so shocked at how quick this shampoo worked for treating my dandruff. Like, y'all, this really saved me big time. But I don't use this every week or on every wash day. I tend to use this shampoo about once a month, and now, y'all, I barely have any dandruff. At most, if I go a long period without washing my hair, I will experience product buildup, but I don't really experience dandruff like that anymore, thanks to this baby. So on the wash days when I do use this shampoo, I usually like to first start off with my Nizoral anti-dandruff shampoo, and then after that, for my second wash, I like to follow up with my Olaplex products. Y'all, I love Olaplex. Like, this hair care brand is so bomb, and I love to follow up with their number 4 shampoo along with their number 5 bond maintenance conditioner. These two products right here are so bomb, and this little trio right here really helped. My hair just feels so much better, and it gives my hair and scalp a healthy foundation to follow up with my other hair care products. But it doesn't stop in the shower, y'all. Aside from using your shampoo and conditioner, it is also super important that you are doing your deep conditioning treatments. Trust me, your deep conditioning treatments are essential for hydration and for your overall hair health. So usually I like to alternate between a hydrating deep conditioning treatment and a protein-based deep conditioning treatments. And one of my favorite hydrating deep conditioning treatments is the Shea Moisture Manuka Honey Intense Hydration Hair Mask. I have been using this hair mask for years, y'all, and it just do such a great job to deeply hydrate my hair. And I just love how it makes my hair feel when I do this deep conditioning treatment. It works so well to nourish my dry scalp. It restores the moisture in my hair, and it also works really well to reduce hair breakage. And if you really want to get the added benefits from this hair mask, I would highly suggest getting a hair bonnet or just sitting under a hooded dryer and just let the deep treatment sit in your hair for about 15 to 20 minutes. And trust me, when you rinse it out, your hair is gonna feel so soft and hydrated and moisturized. Deep conditioning is crucial for all hair types. Doesn't matter what kind of hair that you have, you must do your deep conditioning treatments. And in between my wash days, I also make sure to keep my hair and scalp moisturized throughout the week. And I only use lightweight hair products, y'all. You don't want to use heavy products or greasy products that's gonna weigh the hair down, because it could create product buildup within the scalp and hair, and it's just gonna make matters worse. So you don't wanna do that. I love these two products by Dove. This is the Scalp Plus Hair Therapy Scalp and Hair Serum. And these two products work so well to hydrate my hair and my scalp. I love to use the hair serum throughout the week, and it immediately alleviates my itchy scalp. I love to use this scalp serum throughout the week to moisturize my scalp, and I only use this as needed. Whenever my scalp feels dry or itchy, this immediately tackles that and eliminate any dry, itchy feeling from my scalp. And it's also super lightweight, and I love how this thing smells. It has a really nice, fresh, clean scent. Oh, it smells so good. Both of these items smell really good, and the hair serum works really well throughout the week to hydrate and moisturize my hair strands. This is also super lightweight in the hair. These are the only three products that I like to use throughout the week to maintain my hair, and they work so well in conjunction with each other to prevent any dry, itchy scalp, flakes, and it just works so well to moisturize my hair without weighing it down. And it also gives my hair a nice glossy sheen to it without making it look greasy. So this little trio right here is chef's kiss. All right, y'all, so that pretty much wraps up my 10 feminine hygiene tips that I wish I knew sooner. These tips have been essential in my hygiene routine, both daily and weekly. And I really hope that these tips were helpful to you as well, and that you was able to take away some of my tips and hacks that I personally like to use so you could implement into your feminine hygiene routine. Don't forget to check out the video description down below for all of the product links and to shop my beauty faves on Walmart.com and on the app. And of course, don't forget to comment, share, and subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, y'all. Mwah.